With the Oscars, there's one big thing that I always like to think back to, and that's the movie tie-in game. They used to be super prevalent in the 6th and 7th generation, but have gotten less and less common over the years as game development got super expensive. That doesn't mean they don't still exist though, and I figured it'd be really fun to look into a few of them. I found that most that exist are based on kids' properties, but I did find at least one that didn't fit that mold. Let's get started. I remember this being pretty big when it first came out, and as someone who really doesn't like a lot of multiplayer, I didn't play it. But when it came time to research modern movie tie-in games, I was reminded that this game exists. I think this is some of the most satisfying gunplay I've ever experienced in a shooter. I really felt like I was mowing down the swarm of zombies, and I really wanted to keep playing, which I think is a win for any video game. I will say, however, that this game was clearly made to be played with friends, and with how old the game is, servers were mostly dead. I did have one person join for a bit, but I feel my experience was dampened because I was playing with CPUs, and I think it would be best for me to go back to this game later with friends. I was hesitant going into this game. Modern kids tie-in games tend to be pretty brain dead, or at the very least lacking a ton of content. But honestly, I thought this game was pretty fun. I liked the set dressings, there was a surprisingly full moveset, and it was some of the most depth I've ever seen in a game. I was happily surprised with what I did play, and if you have a kid and PS Plus, I would suggest giving this one a go, as it's free on the Extra catalog right now. I don't have a ton else to say, but it's just a solid kids game. I know this one doesn't technically count, because it's actually based on the TV show that's based on a movie, but I wanted to put it in this episode as an excuse to finally play it. I had heard the reputation this game had and was curious to try it myself. At first, I thought this game sucked really badly. It still does, but I played far more than I needed to because I discovered the platinum was fairly easy, and you know me. I have to chase those trophies. Anyway, the one redeeming factor I found in this game was the online. Playing against other people that actually wanted to compete was actually pretty fun and was a far cry from the CPUs where I could pass them in 20 seconds and never see them again for the rest of the race. I don't recommend you play this game unless you're into easy platinums, as I believe that's the most worth this game has. All in all, I think movie tie-in games have fallen to the wayside for the best. These games are simply too basic and would be incredibly hard to compete with some of the mobile games that exist out there in terms of child's attention. I always liked looking into these games though, because it's almost funny to play games this simple when coming off of something like Final Fantasy. What was your favorite movie tie-in game growing up? What kind of games do you want me to play next? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to be there for it. Thanks for watching.